Hey, what's going on, guys? Paul Farmer here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 117. This is where I share with you my journey online. I've been marketing online since 2012, over 7 years now, March of 2012. Been blessed to earn a living online. And what I like to do here is share marketing tips, mindset tips, and just anything I can do to help you earn some extra income or even life-changing income, and really go about stepping into your full potential, like getting started on that path, because I don't think we could ever reach our full potential, but that's the point of doing this. Okay, so I'm at 117 videos of this style, and I do my best to provide as much value as I can. Now, if you've seen the last few days, over the weekend, I watched the live stream of the Paradigm Shift with Bob Proctor, which was fantastic. And I honestly can't wait until the next one comes around. I have some recordings. They're only available for 14 days. So right now I'm going back through the recordings again, because honestly, you can't hear it enough times. And every time you listen to it, you hear something new again. So quick update, not too much going on right now. Son's at camp all week, so I have the place to myself pretty much. Tomorrow's 4th of July, obviously. Yesterday, I watched the Women's World Cup. USA, go Team USA, going to the World Cup for a third straight year in a row. First team ever to do that. So that's just a huge accomplishment. It really is. If you really think about what that means, I mean, I was also watching the Copa de America Cup, the semifinal between Brazil and Argentina. I was watching it on my service. I get over 5,000 plus HD channels I get it for free now, but you get it for $39 a month. 5,000 plus HD channels, everything you could ever want. If you're a sports fan, it's a beautiful thing. If you want more information, just let me know, or click the link right below this video, and you will start seeing webinars about that, information about that. But I personally love the service. But anyway, I was watching this Copa de America semifinal, which was on ESPN Plus. We get ESPN Plus. And I actually started watching on the Brazil channel, because I get that too. So it's kind of funny. I was watching Brazilian TV. But one of the things they were saying, and I'm not going to talk about this, but to give you an idea of what these women have accomplished, Lionel Messi from Argentina has never won a World Cup. He's never won a World Cup. They're talking about him retiring again from his national team. And he's considered one, if not the best player out there in soccer. He's considered one, if not the best. And his national team, has not been able to win a World Cup with him on it. And so it just 3 times with the U.S. women in a row going to the World Cup. They won the last one. They have a good shot of winning this one. That's just excellence, That's excellence. It's domination, really. But that's that. Okay, so what I want to talk about today, I just want to give you an idea, maybe a couple ideas. You'll see me reading my notes, because I want to make sure I get this exactly right. I don't want to just paraphrase and not have the right information coming to you. So one of the things that stood out was when he said, so like a lot of times what I see people struggling with when they're starting an online business is I don't have the money. I can't afford it. Like, that's one of the things I always hear people say. One of the things, this is not a Bob Proctor thing, but one of the things I've learned is you always want to say, I can't afford it. So even if you think you can't, you always want to say you can. It tricks your subconscious, right? So you want to start getting in the habit of saying that. You also want to get in the habit of start looking at it as an opportunity, not the cost. Look at the opportunity versus the cost. So for example, my marketing system that I have, I've made a full-time living with that marketing system. I didn't spend a full-time living wage on that marketing system for it to do what it's done. But, I started at a very, very low cost. And now it's become something that's really producing. totally worth it, right? Opportunity versus cost. But Bob Proctor says this. So a lot of times people make decisions based on the lack of, they make decisions, or they don't make decisions based on the lack of money they have. So if they can't afford it, if they don't have the money now, they want to make sure they get the money later. They want to make sure all their ducks in a row, everything's lined up perfectly, all this stuff, right? And he says, and I'm going to read this exactly. Let me see if I can find it. I had it pulled up. But he basically says, you don't need the money until you make the decision. You don't need the money until you make the decision. So there's like a lot of stories. Like, for example, this one lady, she wanted to buy a house. Well, she went to Bob Proctor, and he's like, well, go get it, you know? And she's like, well, I don't have the money. It's like, well, if you haven't made a decision yet, so you don't need the money, right? So she makes the decision to get the house. A long story, but she makes the decision to get the house. She goes and tells the person that she's going to get the house. And long story short, she is able to get the money to get the house. But that wouldn't happen if she didn't make that decision. So a lot of us, we're running around in fear and doubt and worry, and we don't want to make the decision. We're too scared to make that decision. We're in this space where it's like, what if this goes wrong, or what if that goes wrong? And by doing so, you will never have what you want. You'll never get what you want. And this applies to everything. So, I'm working on stretching myself too on these things. It's not just online marketing. This is in life. So successful people make decisions quickly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly. Successful people make decisions quickly and they change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them frequently. It is so true. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the law of compensation. The law of compensation. And I mean, I have this down, but I want to read it off my notes because this is exactly what it is. And I don't want to botch it, because this is such an important law that you understand. Because when you understand this law, you're going to understand why people become successful, not only online, but in life, why they become successful, why they have so much money coming to them. And the examples are everywhere, right? So I'm gonna read this out. So the law of compensation, the amount of money you earn will always be an exact ratio to three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. That is the law of compensation. So nowhere does the law of compensation say, oh, hey, you know what? All I got to do is get this fancy funnel. It's going to go and do everything for me. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have all these riches come to me. No, it says the need for what you do, your ability to do it. Okay, number two, your ability to do it. That is key. So this year, I've really taken this to heart, and I've really been focusing on skill and mindset, because what I've noticed from the top earners out there, it is their freaking skill. And it's the fact that they are not easily replaced. The information they have is not easily replaced. The information they have is in high demand. Okay. The need for what you do. The need for what you do. Is there a need for personal development? Is there a need for people to realize that they are capable of doing so much more? Is there a need for that? There's a massive need for that. Is there a need to teach people how to earn income from the comfort of the home? Is there a need? Is there a need for people to earn extra income so they can live lives the way they want to live their lives, right? Is there a need? Well, on yesterday's video, I said this. I said 97% of people are not living fulfilled lives. 97%. Only 3% are. Is there a need for people to not only really increase how they think, right? Like really work on their mindset, really realize that they can step into their fears, and they're full, and they can reach massive potential they can't even fathom. I mean, I look at Grant Cardone, for example, and the guy, I don't know if he's worth $1 billion now. I think it's pretty close, and he's not slowing down at all. He has more than enough money to for lifetimes, right? To support lifetimes, but he keeps going because he wants to make an impact, because he wants to influence more people, because he wants to help more people get out of whatever screwed up mindset they're in, this lack mindset, and realize that they can have more. Because he wants to see, and he says this all the time, he wants to see what he's capable of. He wants to see what his full potential is. I heard Ed Mylett say the same thing. He said something about when he meets with God, he wants to make sure that, when he meets with his maker, he wants to make sure that he did everything he could to tap into his fullest potential. So I get really deep on this, but we are made to do much greater things. We are made in the image of God. We are made to be creators. We can create. We can either create positive things or negative things, but we can create. We have the ability to create. Animals do not have the ability to create, but we do, through our minds, through our imagination. So this stuff is deep. I'm telling you, this stuff gets really deep. But right here, the law of compensation, all this freaking nonsense that people would save and I did this, okay? For the longest time, I was searching for the easy. I was looking for the easy. What's easy? What's the perfect system where I don't have to talk to people, where I don't have to lift a finger and money's just going to flow in? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And if it does exist, it's not going to exist long, because think about it. Wouldn't everybody be doing it if it existed? If there was some magical system where everything just you did nothing, you didn't lift a single finger, you did zero work, and all this money would come flowing in, wouldn't that be something everybody would do? Like we got to start thinking. Like Bob Proctor says, people don't think. People don't think. And you can tell that people don't think by the actions they take, by what they say. I see it all the time too. They don't think. Like I had a guy yesterday, he messaged me. He's like, hey, I want to let you know about this amazing program, give you an opportunity to get into this amazing program where you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to do anything, completely done for you. And I'm like, okay, that is the wrong message to be sending me, because I don't go for that crap. And I'm like, look, you know what? There's plenty of foolish people out there. There's plenty of sheep that will jump in and believe that they're going to get something for nothing and spend their hard-earned money and get something for nothing. There's plenty of people you could go for that, but that's not me. That's not the message you come to me at. What I get excited about is I see an opportunity that I can actually put my work into and grow over time. Like I get excited about that. I don't get excited about, oh, money's just going to come to me doing absolutely nothing. I don't get excited about that because I know it's not the truth. It's fake. It goes against the law of compensation. So if you understand the law of compensation, then you know exactly what you need to do. You need to be in some type of space where there is a need. If you're in something there's no need, then there's no compensation, right? So you need to be involved in something that there's a need. Okay, so I promote a marketing system, and I mainly focus on people that are in online businesses or network marketing businesses that want to make extra income, that want to get their business to work. So there's a need for that, right? My other thing I do is I'm able to provide 5,000 plus HD channels. This is TV, premium channels, sports channels, like everything you could ever imagine for a fraction of the cost, like just completely blows away what most people are paying. And they get a great service, for dirt cheap, even an opportunity to get it for free. Is there a demand for that? Absolutely, there's a demand for that. I believe there's like 800 million cable subscribers that are paying $150, $200 a month on their cable bill. I can give it to them for $39 and give them way more. Is there a demand for that? Okay, so also there's an opportunity for them to earn, so they can earn extra income. The majority of people aren't making enough income. The majority of people are going to jobs that they hate. Sorry, I almost let one go there. That they hate and barely making enough, but they're too damn scared to change anything, so they keep doing it because they don't know any better, or they know better but they're afraid. They allow doubt, fear, and worry control them, so they never do what they want. They just exist. It's what they do. I'm not bashing jobs. This is just how it is. Bob Proctor says, if you don't like something, change it. Do what you want. Do what you want. Stop doing what you don't want. We only have one life. So law of compensation. That's what I wanted to go over today. If you just understand that, if you only understand the law of compensation, you will never, ever fall for another trap, online, offline, wherever. You'll never fall for a trap that promises easy money because you understand the law of compensation. You understand, is there a need? Your ability to do it. It's your skill. Your skill. Your skill is what's going to pay you. It's not the program that promises riches, where you do nothing. That's not what's going to happen. The difficulty in replacing you. Your skill. Your mindset. The investments you make in yourself, in your business. Okay, so I hope you got value from this. I really do. I'm going to be coming back with more. My wife is actually going through the paradigm shift seminar right now. She's going through it. Okay, she's watching the recordings, and I know she wants to come on and share some things too. So we'll be doing that soon. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but we'll be doing that real soon. And you'll get a whole different perspective from her than you do from me, because she's different than me, obviously, which is a good thing because I'm very direct and excuse me. That's just kind of how I am. But anyway, that's all I got. You guys want to learn how to make extra income or even life-changing income? Click the green check mark right below and go ahead and get plugged into that. Get started with that. When you do, I'm going to give you access to my VIP group, where I provide you with like a blueprint, a little blueprint on what it is I do to create results every day in my business, how I create extra income, how I create how I actually create a living from the comfort of my home, how I don't have to go to a job, how I can go and watch the World Cup, the Women's World Cup, because I'm not stuck behind a cubicle. These are just some of the things you can be doing. But anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. See you on the next one.